So we have here a large, here's my hand for comparison, a large Alabama timber rattlesnake. He hasn't had his head for about 30 minutes and he's still moving. That's how crazy snakes are when they're dead. So we are going to do a catch and cook rattlesnake. All right, so what's first, Gabriel?
Get the skin off.
First we got to get the skin off. Let's use the scissors.
Why is he doing that?
How or why?
Why is he doing that?
That's his nervous system acting up, buddy.
Wow. How? Okay, I'm going to sit here and wait. And wait. And wait.
That's right, buddy.
Go, Mike. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness, huh, Gabriel James? That's crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So let me say something real quick. I think the worst smell in all of the animal kingdom, worse than skunk, is the musk from a rattlesnake. So when you get down here to the anal gland or anal flap, whatever this thing is called, where it excretes, you have to be really careful, and I'm probably going to screw this up. I screwed this up on the last two I butchered, but it will squirt out this yellow musk scent nastiness that will stink for forever. So I'm going to be careful, I think. I try to avoid that this time. We will see. Now I've got them open up from all the way to the tail to the neck, down the belly. Now I'm going to take the knife and do kind of what I did here and peel the skin away from the flesh just a little bit. That'll help fleshing it out. Then I'm going to peel the skin all the way off. I've got it started. I've got it skinned all the way back to here. So now I'm going to take the meat and just pull the skin off.
Remember about if we take the skin off of the copperhead? Yes? What is it called? I'm gonna take this rattle off. The rattle off? This is rattle. Or I like the one that has nothing on it. I like the other snake. I like this, the snake, when a snake has. And the skin.
Are you going to pin it? What are you going to do?
I'm just doing a close-up shot.
There's the skin.
Alright, so I've got the rattlesnake skin. I'm going to put that in the bag. I'm going to put a link in the video description of Leatherwoods Outdoors made a very, very good how to tan a rattlesnake hide video. So you can check that out if you're interested. If you ever do this yourself, that's a great resource of how to preserve this skin. Right, so I've started to separate the entrails from the carcass. Kind of got this connective tissue that binds it all together. If you can get that good, then you can just grab it and pull it, and it should pull out the whole length. So
Come on, hey Daddy. This was the fruit of the tree.
Right. Look at how much. So this snake has been dead for about 45 minutes to an hour. I've cut its head off. I've taken its skin off. I've taken out the guts, and its heart is still beating. Check this out.
Woo!
What do you think, Gabriel?
Good.
What do you think, William?
Nice. Go, Daddy, go.
Pericardium?
Go, go. I have a heart. But it do.
Does.
It does.
That is the craziest thing,
Wow,
dude.
that is a crazy. Holy cow. Maybe. Okay. We got everything off
This is the liver.
Liver. Long liver, all right.
It sure is.
That's short.
I've never eaten rattlesnake liver, but I might.
The heart. Wow. The lungs. Maybe it's the bubble is the lungs. This is the heart.
You guys are so loud. So this is rattlesnake fat.
Rattlesnake's chest. And here's the liver. Wow, that heart is so big. This liver is so big. And heart is small.
Look at how much fat was in that snake, and its heart is still beating. I'm gonna cut it above that stuff. There's nothing to gain right here. I've already got the skin off, so there we go. This is all good, clean, white meat. There's an inner loin right there. It's pretty stringy, but this is really what you want. The back strap in the back. So let me show you how to get that out. Just like a mammal, where you take a back strap out, I'm going to go along the spine, feel the ridge, and go straight down. Alright, so that's half.
Half?
That's half one side. This is the piece of meat that I have.
Oh, I like the meat.
So what I'm going to do with this is slice that up into little nuggets, bread it, season it, and then fry it. Alright, so I've got half of it. There's the liver, heart, the fat. There's the meat from one side. I'm going to get the meat off the other side. And then we'll pick back up when it's time to make rattlesnake nuggets and render the fat. I'll keep you tuned.
Rattlesnake
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I'll keep you updated. All right, so I'm prepping the rattlesnake. So I've got one of the tenderloins here. I'm just cutting it into basically bite-sized nugget pieces. This is just the meat that I filleted off of the carcass. So. So I will just probably do Old Bay seasoning or like a seasoned salt, and then salt and pepper, and then I'll lightly bread these and fry them up. All right, so got the rattlesnake pieces. I did salt, pepper, and Old Bay. So now I'm going to just drop them in flour. All right. And I'm just going to batter them up lightly.
A lot of people in our grade circle know her, but I went to high school with him and they got me.
Oh man, this lid was in the way the whole time. What the heck? Such a moron. Man, I'm such an idiot. It's crazy how stupid I am. Look, I surprised myself at how dumb I am.
Nobody else.
That's awesome. Alright, so I have battered all the pieces of rattlesnake. Now let's take them outside and fry them up. I just dropped them in some flour, salt, and pepper. And I had already salt, peppered, and Old Bayed these pieces. So let's go to the fryer. Alright, my oil is up to temperature, 350. So I'm going to do these in batches. Drop in my rattlesnake pieces. I'm getting a little hot, so I'm going to turn that off. I think they're all floating. Just a couple minutes. They don't take very long. They're little pieces too. And I had the oil at 400. Golden brown. You like golden brown. Alright, turn this back on. Do the second batch. I think I'm still at temperature. Yes, I am.
I think it's a lot better.
You used to be a teller, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Aaron came just in time. Awesome.
Oh wait, I can't taste it yet.
You don't
There
want
you
sauce?
go.
You want
That's
sauce?
perfect. You want some sauce?
I'm gonna taste it without the sauce first.
I love that she just did that.
I know.
She didn't even ask what it was.
What is it?
Timber rattlesnake.
Oh, that's really good.
Haha, you are awesome, Aaron. Eli, did you try it?
Hmm?
Did you
It tastes
put?
kind of like catfish.
Yeah.
It really does.
It's got like a little slightly seafoody flavor. All right, so we fried up the bites, lightly salted them. I have a little homemade remoulade sauce. It's just mayonnaise, horseradish, mustard, ketchup, ponzu, black pepper. It's okay, right? Oh, and a little lemon juice. I shot a little lemon juice in there.
Gabriel!
This is fried rattlesnake bite. I mean, it tastes just like catfish.
How
Yeah.
did Gabriel
It's just a little
say
bit more
goodbye?
chewy.
No, it's
Aaron, I was as close to it as I am to you, and I had no idea it was there. And Gabriel goes, Daddy, there's a snake.
Good job, Gabriel.
And I was kind of ignoring him, and I looked down, I was like,
Come
oh
here,
my
give me
gosh.
There we go.
I did a big glass, and it was a big one.
Here. Why are you up close in my face?
What do you think about that piece of rattlesnake?
Yeah.
Catch and cook, timber rattlesnake, 10 out of 10, do it again. I recommend you trying it.
Good stuff.
I haven't given you permission to film me. That'll be $12, please.
It's more than all the revenue I've gotten on my channel to the tune of $12.
Me and you, Daddy, were hunting for 2 squirrels, and I saw a chipmunk and I saw a bird, and then I found this snake, and we bring it home. That was the
That
story.
actually is exactly what happened this morning. So, to give a little bit greater context, last night I didn't sleep that great. I had 3 dreams, and all of them had snakes in them. It stood out enough that I actually mentioned it to my wife over coffee this morning. I said, So last night I had like all these dreams about snakes. I remembered them when I woke up, so I kind of was, I guess, aware of snakes this morning. So the boys are on high alert. They're supposed to look out the windows every now and then and let me know if they see any squirrels, so I'll go shoot them. It's squirrel season here in Alabama. And so Gabriel is the one who's taking a lot of interest in that. And so this morning I saw a squirrel and I went outside and I took a couple shots at it with my 22 and I missed. So I went back inside to get my 12 gauge shotgun. And I said, well, the squirrels are out moving because I'd seen a few. And so I said, well, let me go walk in my backyard and take my son Gabriel with me. So he put his shoes on, I put my boots on, and we went walking in the backyard. Well, we hadn't gone 100 yards, and Gabriel says, I see a squirrel, and we looked up in the tree, and it was just a bird. Then we walked a few more feet,
and I saw a chipmunk.
And he goes, looked at a squirrel, and I looked, and it wasn't a squirrel, it was a chipmunk, but he was acting funny. Like he was moving slow, and we walked over to him, and he was next to a wood pile, and he went to jump on the wood pile, but he like jumped like 2 or 3 inches, which I thought was kind of bizarre as well. Well, he then proceeded to not run away or scurry away, but walk away. And I walked over to the chipmunk and looked around. I couldn't see him, and I said, well, Gabriel, I think he got away. I took 2 steps, looked up in the trees, and then Gabriel said, look, Dad.
And it was snake.
He said, I see a snake. I see a snake. And I thought, well, you know, he thought he'd seen a squirrel twice, and one time it was a bird, another time it was a chipmunk. He probably doesn't see a snake. But I stopped, and I looked down, and there at my feet, not 3 feet away, was a 4.5 foot timber rattlesnake that did not rattle. It was just sitting there coiled up. And so I told him to get back slowly, put his fingers in his ears, and then I shot the head off of the rattlesnake. Thankfully, the Lord was looking out for both him and I. If we hadn't seen the squirrel, then he was on my right side, and he probably would have stepped on the rattlesnake. And if he hadn't have seen it, I very easily could have been bit by this rattlesnake. So I just want to give glory to the Lord, because it was obvious to me that, one, I had a dream that made me sensitive about snakes. I had Gabriel close. And 2, he protected Gabriel from being bit. 3, he protected me from being bit when I probably stepped right over him. And 4, that the eyes of a 4-year-old was able to pick up on a timber rattlesnake hidden in the tall grass. So say what you will, believe what you want, but the Lord was definitely looking out for me and my son this morning. So glory and praise to him. And now we're going to do a catch and cook rattlesnake.
Yeah.